morning. I'm still in Arizona. This is my last video from Arizona. I'll be back in Portland Friday. I go back on Friday. Have my morning coffee. I told you that today I was going to talk about the stuff I found at the antique store. Oh, and I forgot to bring one out. I'll have to cut for that. I woke up I stayed up till 5 a.m. last night. This whole jump ahead to Arizona gig has been a little difficult. But also, when I am by myself, I don't apparently feel the need to go to bed ever. So I was head on into my dress project. I will show you the pieces of my dress. This is my favorite dress in pieces. We're starting with the dress, I guess. I found a pin in it. That's the front. Oh, and I can undo this now because I did that fix. This is my favorite dress. I took it apart and took a piece of muslin and made the changes that I knew I need to make. So this neckline, the upper part of this dress is too big for me. And it is my favorite dress. It fits really good, except for the upper part, because I am one of those weird body types. I am like a size 8 up here. And then, of course, belly and all that, I'm like a 16, sometimes an 18 down below. And those two sizes are just not really compatible in off the rack, which is why I've been wanting, partially, to make my own clothes. Because if I know how to fit, then I can make them fit and then they'll look nicer, right? That's the goal. So I took this dress, because I haven't tried this before, is taking a garment and remaking it. But of course I need to make changes. So of course that's taken 2 days. Trying on the mock-up, making adjustments, trying on the markup, making adjustments, trying on the mock-up, making adjustments. But to be fair, I'm not using a sewing machine to sew things up. Now, I will say I kind of like that because it's much easier to tear out seams when they're hand stitched. So might be food for thought. Now, I didn't have to do any of the facings. I just sewed 2 side seams, 4 darts, 2 bust darts, and then waist darts, and then shoulder seams and a seam down the back. And I did have to install a zipper, but I did it, I didn't do it hardcore. It wasn't a beautiful zipper. I just sort of stitched it in there by hand. And as it turned out, I wouldn't have needed to install that zipper because this dress I can still pull over my head. That would be because I have no shape. And therefore the dress, it's not an issue with the zipper because I'm a rectangle. And I just pull it over my head and it fits just fine. I have to shimmy a little bit because there's a tiny bit of waist in there, but not much. Anyway, so I tore this apart. I made my mock-up. Tried it on a bajillion times. I even had my friends Tony and Kathy over here last night. And they had fixed the back. Because although when I put the dress on, it didn't look like I needed to fix the back. I think the way dresses work is when you fix stuff in front, it messes up the back. Then you have to fix the back. So we fixed the back. Either that or my sewing isn't great or my cutting wasn't great and there was room, right? Anyway, mock-up, I'm satisfied with it. I definitely had to move the darts quite a bit, but I knew that was going to need to happen because I'm saggier than your average Joe and definitely saggier than the gal that was the model for this dress. So I had to move those both out and down. And then so my mock-up was done. And then get this, when your mock-up's done, you have to take it apart because that's your pattern. So I took my mock-up apart probably at 1:30 a.m. last night. Maybe 2. Maybe it was 2. And took it apart, split the front up the middle because I only need half of the front once I had perfected it. Undid the darts, but marked them carefully because the front of that mock-up, well, here, I'll show you actually. The front of the mock-up has darts drawn all over it in ink pen. And that's how I adjust things. The back, here's the back. It's not messed up at all. But here's my back muslin. It has a little bit of markings on it. My front muslin was a bajillion different darts. Oh, that's my other back. There were 2 back pieces and 2 front pieces, and I thought I got rid of the second back. Here, look at the darts. There, I'll show them to you. Darts! Lots of darts. This one actually only had 2 because the first one I didn't put in by ink pen. I hope that's the right dart. Yeah, that's the right dart. So that is the pieces that I ended up making into a pattern. What I had, and then I transferred that onto, actually I was lucky. I edited a paper because I do like peer review stuff for a couple of journals. And I had one I just edited because I do not like to edit on the computer. I always edit with paper. So I printed out this article and I edited it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to have to go in recycling. And then last night when I was ready to draft my pattern out onto paper, I'm like, yay, I have paper. And I started taping it together, but I ran out of tape. So I've got the front and most of the back redrafted. I now have to put some more of the pieces of paper together to draft the facings, because there needs to be facings in the front neckline, the back neckline, and the sleeve, inside the sleeve, which I didn't even find that piece. I think I'm gonna have to do a facing. Let's look here on the original garment. Oh, the front and back facing includes the armhole facing because it's a quarter length. So that's on the agenda. And I don't know about you, but I'm a smell person. My memories are like very much triggered by smell. And the last time I washed this dress was in the UK at David's mother's house. It smells like her laundry soap. My dress smells like England. Well, Wales. My dress smells like Wales. Not the Wales at the train station, however, because that smells like urine. Jean's house. It smells like soap. It's British soap. When I took it into David too, because when I brought it down here, I said, David, look, my dress smells like your mother's. And he goes, yep, yes it does. So, and I just wafted it again. All right, so that's done. Today, I need to go to the fabric store because I need a zipper, and it might be a problem because this is the fabric for my dress. I was going to show you that. Hopefully this color shows up well. This is my favorite green. This is the color I want to make yarn to match. And it's a little darker for you. Let's see if I can. And it's a little more olivey. I call it breen because it's green, but there's just this hint of brown in it. This is a little more olivey than the true breen that I'm holding in my hand. I'll take a picture of it on Instagram. When I finish the dress, which I'm hoping to get a good start on tonight in the wee hours, as I do, to get it done. Have not blocked anything. Oh, it's time to show you the stuff I got at the antique store. So let's get going on that. I'll start with the stuff that I have, and I'll take a break. All right. So the stuff I got at the antique store was, let's start with the bookstore. At the bookstore, am I missing one? All right. At the bookstore, I found this book, 1940s, I believe. I'm sure I can look inside and see. It looks very 1940. 1941. There were 3 dresses I really liked. That one, because I do love ribbing. I love the Letterman's jacket, sort of Letterman sweater style. And I especially like the ribbon down the front. So that one piqued my interest. And then, and then the sailor sweater. Love that. You see that one? The sailor sweater. And then I'm assuming it has a good collar in the back. The jacket was cute. There's a jacket. And then, I'm looking for my favorite one. Oh yeah, here it is. This dress. Love this dress. So let me scoot it back. There you go. I love that dress. It is textured with a bit of ribbing right down the center. And then it's got ribbing at the waistline, which I really, really like. Plus it's a little high, because given that my waist is way high, and then I'll show you what, the last thing in the book is a little bed jacket, which, not going to use that. I don't know who uses those. I don't think anybody uses those anymore. All right, and then let's look in here. Then I found lots of Christmas ornaments, but look at this little funny thing. I have seen these advertised. This is a magic darner. And what it is a loom that I believe you set up on your fabric and then you weave it to darn garments. So, for example, one of the techniques to darn a sock is to knit a piece and then stitch it on. And what you do is you pick up stitches in the garment, in the knitted garment, knit your length, and then graft them down or stitch them down onto at the other side and then stitch them around the edge. This is a woven way to do that. So I haven't tried it yet, but it was $1. I'm like, how can I pass that up? It's a darning thing, and it came with its box. I can't pass that up. So, and the box is cute. Let's see, let's get it right side up. Yeah, here it is. So there's the box with the instructions. So super cute. I have no idea of its age. It's been taped closed. Oh, it says 1940. It says 5 for $1. No, it says $1. That's a dollar sign, not a 5. So there you go. That must be their writing. Anyway, I thought that was cute. And it tells you how to do all of it. The instructions are all over the outside of the box. So I thought that was adorable for $1. Then I found, they've wrapped these all up nicely. Huh, I don't remember buying this ribbon. Found some green ribbon. Matches exactly. This is going on my tree. Oh yeah, I do remember. I did buy it. All right, now I'm going to have to carefully open these because Christmas ornaments. Now, I don't know if I've told you, but I am shooting for a green and orange tree. Now, gold's a little easier to find, but I found that little old ornament. I found this little house. And some of these are old and some of these are not old. This one's pretty darn old. And this one's oldish. I don't like to spend too much on Christmas ornaments. That one was high. That one was $5. Usually $2, $3. And then, but I'm amazed at how many orange ones I found. These were all from, most of these were from Utah. So here's 2 of these that match. Orange. Orange. And they're older. Definitely older. I don't know if any of you know anything about orange Christmas ornaments and what would prompt them to be a certain price. Looks like I found a green one. Green is coming out. Oh yeah, look at that one. Isn't that one cool? This one I think is older than the rest. That one. This is not quite my green that I love, but I love the shape of it and it was acceptable. I'm going to put all these in these little bubble wraps instead of the tissue paper. I got them in, I got one in the first annex and then I got the other ones in the second annex of the Utah antique store. 2 more of the same kind. Or I guess 1 more of that one. I probably didn't remember that I bought it. And now I have 3 of those, but that's okay. Oh, I love this one. Look at this adorable little thing. And it wasn't even very expensive. An acorn, or a walnut. Cute little walnut. And it's gold or yellowy. And then I'm kind of ready to get a tree now. And usually I'm not super excited to get a tree. But Thanksgiving is usually when we get our tree. So I don't know what we're doing this year. Live tree. We don't get to move. Oh, look at this one. Isn't that adorable? A little lantern. Orange. Orange. It's a peachy or orange. And then the last Christmas ornament is icy green. Oh yeah, and look, it's another one of the 2 of those. It's always nice to have repeats in your stuff, but I love this little pointy end here. So, my little orange tree is filling out. I do have some orange and green Christmas ornaments from before. So, all right, these are the things I found at Utah, except for the book. The book I found in Phoenix. And then I found another thing. It's right here. I got these. I think these are the only thing I bought at the antique store in Phoenix. But I thought they were super cute. So these are a pair of shoe buckles. There was a technique they used in the 20s and late teens that was you fasten metal. It's just inexpensive metal. But they faceted it to make it sparkly and look like jewels. So I got these. I'll hold this one up close for you because it's so you can see it. And what they are is to go on my Mary Janes. Hopefully my strap will be wide enough. I may have to sort of build something into this. but you put them across the strap of your shoe, and then these decorate your shoe. So, you know, nice sparkly flapper dress with a couple of shoe buckles. I think yes. All right, I'll go get my other stuff. I got one more thing in Utah, and then I found a book that I think you'll like the looks of. And I'll be right back. I'm back. So I found this tray. Let's see if I can get it in. The ring light's not helpful. It has that little inlaid carving. Tony and I, because Tony found a games table that looks a lot like this. And so what we've decided is this is probably Regency Revival. Isn't that a cool fancy name? That basically means 1910s through 1920s, the Regency period became popular again. And you know that by, you can look at some of the costuming from the teens to 1910s to 20s, 30s, and that they went back up to the empire waist and the sort of small, don't completely cover your bosom clothing style, and then narrow skirt. So the furniture was also popular, and I believe this is a Regency Revival. Yeah, they say it's an Edwardian tray, which I agree, but it's of the Regency style, and it was only $50, which I didn't think was too bad, given that I think it'll fit my 1925 house quite lovely, probably in the dining room. It makes it great, you know, carry the tea out to the living room. Doesn't that sound romantic? In reality, my house is probably going to be a mess when I move into it, but I do have this dream in my head of a beautifully decorated house with spots of beautiful period furniture, and guests come to the door and your house is super tidy to receive said guests. Yeah, probably not going to happen, but I can dream, right? And then the last item I found also at the bookstore along with the knitting one, but I'm very excited and I need to find some more of these. So these are the books when you bought your Singer sewing machine that they sent you, or that you could get for free, that told you how to use your machine. Now, there's a series of them. The series is How to Sew. This print is post-1930 because the copyright, the latest year is 1930. So it's at least that. But it tells you, it's called Shortcuts to Home Sewing, but really what it is how to manage my sewing machine, which, gotta love that. It also, so I was excited about that. It tells you how the stitch is made. It shows you all the feet you can get. Oh, it shows you how to test your tension, which I found interesting. I've read part of this. So see that? How you just pull on the thread? Apparently my husband already knew that, because I called him and I said, hey, I got this book. Did you know you could test your thread this way? Tells you how to thread from the inside, which is what they did at that time on these older sewing machines. Let's see. Talks about regulating your stitches. Now this is for a bigger one, probably more like the one I have upstairs, the hand crank, that size, than it is for my featherweight. But basically all the stuff applies to the featherweight. This is interesting. See that little thing? I've always had that in my attachments box, and then I kind of moaned because there was no stitch marker to tell you how far you were sewing out. Well, that's the bias cutting gauge. Somewhere in here, there is a screw-in apparatus that is your distance gauge. That's your light. No, that's a belt shifter. Oh, there's a tool for that. Oh, here it is. This thing. Let's see if you can. I'll get it up for you. See there on the bed of the sewing machine? Right there above my finger? That has been in every supply box that I've ever gotten with a sewing machine. And I thought it was just a tool. I never put it together in my head that is your measurement device. You know how on our sewing machines they have like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, blah, 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 5/8 right on the plate that you pull open to get into your bobbin? Yeah, well, they don't do that on the tables of the old ones, but that's what that little device is for, and you can screw it in, and it automatically holds your fabric where you want it to be width-wise. So, cool, and I was stupid not to realize that when I looked in all those boxes of supplies. Then it tells you how to use all your feet, how to cut bias. There's an automatic bias installer foot, and I think I have one of those. In fact, I know I have one of those. There's the foot. Tells you how to use it. Great detail. Tells you how to use your, how to put on plackets. You know, plackets are my nemesis. I might have to try it again because this book tells me how to do it. It tells you, oh, look at this. Never even thought about using bias to do buttonholes. Wouldn't that make some cool buttonholes on a blouse? Just take a contrasting bias and put them in. Gonna try that. Never even thought about it. A hemmer. Tells you how to do hemming. Tells you how to use the ruffler. And it tells you how to put on insertion laces and laces. It is a cool book. I highly recommend you guys. Like, one of the best books I've ever had for sewing machines. Parts of the tucker. There's the ruffler. So, I highly recommend eBay, or if you can find a copy of this online. I don't know if it's out of copyright, but go look for this book. Worth it. Totally worth it. eBay would be my recommendation. I'm going to go try to find the other ones in the series. And I think, does it say on the back cover? Nope. There are, I believe, 4 or 5 in the series of this. And the store I was at had a children's clothing one as well that I passed by. Because I'm like, kids' clothes. I'm not really selling that anymore. And then when I figured out how good this was, I'm kind of bummed that I didn't buy it. Because that would have given me 2 out of the 4 or 5 series. But definitely a good little, and it's not even very big, but it's so good. Now, I think this was expensive. This was $15. It was at a bookstore. So I think on eBay we might be able to find them cheaper. I'm going to have a look around because, boy, I am gagging to get the rest of these. Very good book. Very good book. That's it. That's all I found. I was trying to be restrained. I don't know if you remember when I walked you around the store, but that Norwegian fireplace, have nowhere to put it. But man, oh man, that was a cool fireplace. Totally kind of covet that. Maybe from my garage mahal. That's, God, no. I don't know when we'll be able to afford to build that because there's so much money going into the house now. The nest egg is vanishing. So, that is what I got at the antique stores. That's what I found. And I brought you up to date on my sewing. That's what I've been spending most of my time doing. I can show you my update on my Crewel. I've been working on a Crewel project. Oh, and, let's talk wooden hoops. So I was doing this in a wooden hoop that came with the kit. This is not said wooden hoop. I took it with me to coffee to work on. We were having a bad day, Tony and Kathy and I, and we decided to go have coffee and just forget the world for an afternoon. And I snapped my hoop. Snapped it, both pieces. I tried to tape it together. Didn't work anymore. So I lost a hoop. That hoop didn't last. But here is my progress so far. Let's turn it right side. Here's my progress so far on the found Crewel. Because, I found this at the antique store too. This was in Utah, and I'm working away. I know information about this now because it's written right on the edge. This is from 1974. It was a very good year in 1974 because I was alive. I was in elementary school. I was in 4th grade when this was created. My mom was doing a lot of Crewel at that time. But I've made a mistake. Some of these flowers should have a peachy hue in them. And I have the thread, but there's plenty of white. Now I'm on to leaves. And I'm finishing up my apple and my sticks. I do not love these 2 sticks out of the bottom. They're a funky shape. So, and they wanted me to put white on the ends of them, which I did not do because I think it made them look like a piece of the male anatomy that I was not enamored of. So, I just, and actually the girls agreed with me. We had group on Monday. And I said, does this look like what I think it looks like? And they're like, yeah. So I changed it. So I'm trying to make them look more like branches. I'm going to go in and, I don't know, fiddle with them a little bit more, I think, to make them look more like branches. But so it's good now. It's better now. I fixed it. So now I've done part of the strawberries. I missed a couple of strawberries that I have to go back and do. But yeah, I made progress. And why am I making progress on this? Because I was procrastinating. I have worked a little bit on my t-shirt, top-down t-shirt that is taking all summer to finish. I haven't worked on an Arne and Carlos Advent sweater, and Tony was saying that she was It's the pandemic Facebook page, I guess. Arnie and Carlos started a Facebook page and then kind of left it, and when Carlos was sick, and so it still lives on Facebook, but I don't know. I must have gotten out of it because I used to be a member of it, but I haven't seen it. But Tony is, and she said yesterday that somebody has already finished all 24 sweaters, which I haven't. Well, I made one. I have one done. But I have a skein of yarn to do my purple contrast, but then I need to dye the yarn, and I have not managed to get outside to dye anything. My plan down here was to come down here and dye my little brains out and get a whole bunch of yarn stocked for the shop, and then also dye some DK to do my contrast color for these sweaters. Well, I have not dyed yet, but I am ready today. I have yarn soaking out there, and that is my plan today. I'll take some footage of it so you can see it and see my finished colors. That'll be for your Sunday video. Yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I'm seeing downloads on the Hug Me shawl. So keep it up, guys. Keep sharing the info. You get the free pattern if you come see the Facebook page. And I hope you guys are watching these videos. And I hope you guys are following and ringing the bell and all that stuff so that you can see when I've got a new video up. I got to get this done and get this up today for you because today's the day. Yeah, I hope they're good. Leave me some comments. Let me know if you want to see something, if you want me to show you how to do something. I can totally do that. Definitely, easily show you how to do stuff. I just don't know what to show you. I do have a new, I kind of told you last time, do you like the ring light? Well, I've managed to position it so it's not in my face, but it's also not as bright. So I don't know if that's working. But this thing cantilevers over my hands, so I can show you how to do stuff easier now. I'm kind of liking it. So that means I'm prepared to show you how to do stuff. After that, it's just clean house for me today, and then keep sewing, trying to get that dress done so I can wear it to my friend's wedding. And I will take video or at least photos so you can see it when it's done. And that's it for today. All right, bye. Have a good one.